So we've had a lot of coverage here on the channel talking about the nonsensical Sarah Fuller situation and how the media has responded to that. And there's been a lot of jokes about how, hey, this is going to end up with her winning the Heisman Trophy and all of that, which kind of seems like an unrealistic joke, something that wouldn't even be possible. And I still think it's a bit far-fetched, but it's not as far-fetched as you would believe after some of the craziness we have seen. We have seen her win many awards, SEC Player of the Week, all of these Courage Awards, all of this crazy crap for kicking a football 30 yards. A squib kick is how it's being described, but it was really just a bad kick, and now they're falling back on the it was a squib kick just so they can justify that it was really that bad, and they're trying to pretend that she meant to kick it that way. Anybody that pays attention to sports knows that that's just not the case, but of course, you're having sports be overrun by a lot of people that are obsessed with identity politics. We see this constantly with movies and music and entertainment and TV shows and pretty much anything. People that are obsessed with social justice nonsense are like a disease, and they start to find something new that they can infect that disease into, and once that disease has spread and it's destroyed whatever it is that they've tried to infect, they move on to something else. This is just what they do. They don't actually care about this stuff. These people do not care about sports. They have no interest in sports whatsoever, but they're here to tell you that you are an ist or an ism if you don't agree with everything they say, and if you don't bow down. Like the other day, I saw someone was talking about Sarah Fuller, and the comment section was, just as any sports comment section was, people talking shit. And someone comes in there and says, why is it every time a woman is talked about, I see negativity? Have you ever read the comment section about sports? Nothing is positive. Doesn't matter who we're talking about. Look at the most celebrated sports figures of our time. LeBron James, Tom Brady. You go in the comment section when they're talked about, and it's a shit show. It's just people complaining about them because this is how sports is. But now you have the weirdo identity politics driven people, and they come into a comment section that's always negative because that's what sports is. It's a bunch of people talking shit. And because there's a woman involved, suddenly, you can't talk like that. Why is it always negative when it's a woman? And it's ridiculous. Well, I shared a meme the other day that Clay Travis actually retweeted. And it says, hey, here we got Sarah Fuller, #1 overall kick by the New York Jets. Roger Goodell announcing it. And while it seems a bit crazy, also, the strengths... Excellent cook. Weakness can only kick 25 yards. So good. But while it seems crazy, look at this article from Deadspin. Look at this article right here. It took Sarah Fuller less than a week to prove that she knows more about winning than her coach. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. This is sports journalism right here. Someone is actually trying to make the point that Sarah Fuller, someone that had never stepped on the football field, who can't even kick the ball properly, is now better and more knowledgeable than her coach. Now, the coach wasn't good, okay? No one's disputing that, okay? Derek Mason, not a good coach. But for them to try and make this leap that she suddenly knows more about football than the head coach is absolutely ridiculous. And the head coach is not someone I'm necessarily a fan of, but this is ridiculous. And this is only the beginning. This is the beginning elements of trying to elevate this person, not because of their talent, but because of their identity and the narrative that can be built around the identity. This is what I say, identity politics. I know I mention it all the time, but it is just what we have. It's how most of these media members operate. Vanderbilt announced that they fired head coach Derek Mason the day after he put Sarah Fuller, the first woman to ever play in a Power 5 conference game, on the field. And it talks about his underwhelming career as a head coach. From 2014 to this year, he was 27-54, capped off by a 0-8 start of the season. He had led Vanderbilt to 2 bowl appearances, losing both. This is the kind of resume that leads to a coach not being a coach anymore. It was a good decision. So let me repeat that one more time. So a coach that led Vanderbilt to 2 bowl appearances, and again, is that impressive? It's not as impressive as it used to be. There's a lot of bowls. But again, he led them to 2 bowl appearances, and you're saying that it took Sarah Fuller less than a week to prove that she knows more about winning than her coach. Now, here's what I love, and I love how they dismiss what's going on. So right here, where's it at? Right here. It says, here's where it gets interesting. Apparently, Sarah Fuller, whose soccer team had just won the SEC championship, gave quite the empowered halftime speech to the football team and called them on their shit. Okay, let me repeat that for you, okay? Because we are qualifying this as Sarah Fuller knows more about winning. Because she gave an empowered speech, everybody. An empowered speech. What did that result in? Nothing. They still lost 41-0. But because she's a woman, and because she gave an empowered speech, ladies and gentlemen, she has proven that she knows more about winning than a coach that's taken his team to 2 bowl appearances. There you go, right there. Now, I love this part, too. Before you go on a tangent, attempting to explain to me that it seems out of place for Fuller to step into that position and speak to a team she literally just joined before she had even stepped on the field, don't. I don't care about all of that. Coming off a conference championship, Fuller is expecting greatness. She is holding her team accountable, and I love it. Fuller is expecting greatness, everyone. She's expecting greatness. And what did she do after that empowering speech? She went out there and kicked it 30 yards. That's what she's a winner. That's what she's all about, ladies and gentlemen. So again, when you have people in the media that don't care or know anything about sports writing articles like this, it doesn't get us too far from this. It doesn't get us too far from that at all. Obviously, I don't believe Sarah Fuller is going to win the Heisman this year, but what you're starting to see is the building blocks that they are starting to take place, and we are seeing ridiculous nonsense across the board. You think I'm wrong? Guess what else we have to talk about? Chris Collinsworth. Chris Collinsworth had to make an apology today, ladies and gentlemen. What did Chris Collinsworth say that was so offensive? He said, today on our broadcast, I made a reference to a couple of women that I met in Pittsburgh who so impressed me with their football knowledge that I wanted to tell their story on air. I know the way I phrased it insulted many. I am so sorry. What I intended as a compliment to the fans of Pittsburgh became an insult. I'm sick about insinuating any fan, but especially female fans and journalists. Insulting. I'm sick about insulting any fan, but especially female fans and journalists. I know firsthand how much harder they have to work than any of us in the industry. I was wrong and I deeply apologize. That was so beautiful, Chris. What did Chris do that was so bad, you ask? What is this blatant disrespect for women, you ask? Let's listen to it right here.
He's a fan. In particular, the ladies that I met, they had really specific questions about the game. I was like, wow, you're just blown away by how strong the fans are here in this town.
He had to apologize for that. Okay, let's listen to it one more time, because it's just so offensive. So again, if there are women and children in the audience, oh God, can I say that? Can I say it? Can I say if there are women and children in the audience? Okay, my producers are telling me I can't say it. Okay, so let me say it again. If there are women and children in the audience, please hide your ears at this terribly insulting comment by Chris Collinsworth.
He's a fan. In particular, the ladies that I met, they had really specific questions about the game. I was like, wow, you're just blown away by how strong the fans are here in this town.
So that's where we are, ladies and gentlemen. That is where we are. When identity politics starts to get involved with anything, this is where we are. Chris Collinsworth. Now again, he shouldn't have apologized, but he was forced to apologize for saying that. As long as we have weak-minded people that are going to bend over to the mob, this is what's going to happen. We need more voices like Sports Wars, like Geeks and Gamers, like Clay Travis, like Black and White Sports. We need more voices like that in this equation that are not going to bend over to the mob. I am so sick of this shit. I am so sick of this pathetic, weak-minded mentality of people. And Chris Collinsworth should have said, go fuck yourself. But he can't. At least he doesn't have the balls to say it anyway. He should have the balls to stand up to this. And that's what we gotta have. We gotta have people that are willing to stand up and not bend over for this ridiculous nonsense right here. This is a joke. This is beyond a joke. It's a joke that people expected the apology. It's a joke that Chris Collinsworth gave the apology. You don't give credibility to that shit. You grew up playing football, bro. You were in locker rooms. Stop. Stop with the nonsense. Chris Collinsworth is not sorry at all. This is a politically correct move by him, and politically correct nonsense has got to go. We need more strong voices that are willing to speak up against this crap, and that's what we have here. That's what Sports Wars is. That's what Geeks and Gamers is. So if you want to continue to support us, go over to the website, sign up for an account. It's free. Jump into the forums, and we are currently working on an app. And we're not ready to announce anything yet. We're still in negotiation processes, but we're working on an app. A lot of money is going to be put into that. But if you want to sign up for a premium subscription to help us out, $10 a month, that goes a long way. But either way, I am tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the nonsense. And thank you for subscribing to this channel. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. And we will talk to you later.